Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. In the squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. I'm filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Tell me wrong, might slide on you.
Nathan Ivey Show is supported by listeners. Go to www.patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show and help Nathan keep the show independent.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Nathan Ivey with you. Happy New Year. For those that are awake, I already know how this goes. I've been doing it long enough. I mean, on a day like New Year's Eve morning, New Year's Day morning, oh, people getting it in. And I'm going to send you some subliminal vibes to all the folks that still might be slumbering. But the folks who are waking with me, good morning to you. Let me say Happy New Year to you. Hopefully, the last, 24 hours have treated you kindly. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you maybe might get over a hangover or something like that. Whatever the case may be, it is my pleasure to be with you as always. Hey, listen, take a second to like and in particular share today's program. Please share today's program. When you share it, more people see it. It's real simple. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Broadcasting live from a secret location. Nathan Ivey with you. A lot of things that I want to talk about. In particular, though, you got me for the next, let's say, little hour plus up until 10 a.m. And Is It Just Me podcast is planning to broadcast today at 12:30 for those that enjoy that podcast with Donnie B. Catch up with her. It's been a week or two. But good morning to you. I want to talk about 3 things to keep your eyes open for from a Black family perspective in 2021. Okay, that's the angle I'm taking. You know, other people may have other angles. That's the angle I'm taking. From a Black family perspective, 3 things to keep your eyes open for. And really, I got more than 3 things, but we'll call it 3 things. We'll call it just 3 things. Good morning to you. Please take a second to like and share today's podcast. Well, I don't know. I'm you know me, I get bored easily and I like to change things. So look for some changes, some minor, some major changes into the way the show looks, sounds, and feels. I just want to try some new things as we get ready for next week. All right. Give me some artistic freedom. Shout out to you. To my patrons, thank you for another month of your support. And this month, man, this month wasn't what I intended it to be. The family just got hit with some body blows in terms of deaths. And as you don't know, my mother currently is in the ICU in what they're calling a sedated state, but she's not conscious. So, we in the family are still dealing with that. So just expect more from 2021. It sounds weird saying 2021, but I like saying, I feel like I'm in the future, right? You know what I'm saying? As a child of the 70s and the 80s, to be in the 2020s, that's amazing. We all made it. Pat yourself on the back. It's great to be alive. It is a great time to be alive. We are living in an amazing time. Of all the times that I've read about things that have happened, I would have liked to have been born exactly when I was. I feel like I got the best of the both worlds. Born into the analog world, but fully immersed in the digital world. And I love it. I love everything about it. The good, the bad, as some people might look at it. We're living in the age of the internet where so many things are happening. You got so many creative people. You got so many more options in terms of media these days. Like I told you, when I was a young dude doing this, man, it was turn on your local radio station. That was it. There was no satellite radio. There was no YouTube. We got the same old stale voices over and over and over and over again. Now the world's completely different. The world really is open to you via the internet. That's why I fight so hard and talk so much about, our internet freedoms. And, there'll be some more information about that with Joe Biden coming in. If you're an internet creative person, if you're a creator, you should be keeping your eyes on what's happening with that in terms of net neutrality. It looks bright in the sense that the Obama administration looks as if the Biden administration is going to take the same posture as the Obama administration. But I won't get into it unless you really want me to. Because, it's just one of those topics that's not really hot until something's happening in the news. That's when people take off. All right. Good morning to you, everybody. How are you? What'd you think about that interview yesterday? Yeah, we had Melissa McFadden on yesterday. I've got a clip that I may play for you of our conversation from just yesterday. About 10 minutes or so. Well, it's a little longer than that. The clip is about 10 minutes, but an interview was much longer than that. And she is a current member of the Columbus Police Force, and she was keeping it real. I appreciate it. I love when people come on the show and keep it real. From my perspective, you absolutely love that. I love it. Good morning to you. Again, take a second to like and in particular share this on Facebook. It means everything. Pat was first. She writes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Pat. Good to see you. We need some first of the year music. That's what I think. See if we can get a little instrumental popping in the background. Something just to set the mood. Yeah, I think we got it. That's the reason why they have caps. That's the reason why they have caps on your coffee mugs and your tea mugs. Hold on one second. Might be a good idea to take that down. Yeah. Let me see. I think we're looking good. Yeah, we're looking good. Tracy writes, we made it. Yes, we did, Tracy. But made it to what? So the new year is here. What are we going to do with it? The new year is here. What are we going to do with it? Ashley writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers. Happy New Year. We made it. Yes, we did. Sharp writes, TGIF, Nate and the Choppers. It's a new year. What goals is on your agenda for 2021? I got a lot of goals. Some I'll share with you. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Happy New Year. Good morning to you. Crystal Williams is in the house. She writes, good morning. She writes, Happy New Year, everybody. Cassandra writes, hey, Choppers. Happy New Year. Well, in the short term, in terms of like podcasting, I have no plans on stopping what we're doing. There's a lot of interest in terms of people that want to do podcasts and live streams, in particular with CDM, which I love. I think we're going to expand the repertoire of what CDM actually does and provides to, creative folks and, venture into different platforms. I mean, just to give you a glance over real quick. If you want to know more details, become a patron. I share with my patrons and take their input as to what we're doing. Good morning, everybody. How are you? We made it. What did I do yesterday? It was nothing different. I told the wifey, it feels a little weird. I don't know, maybe because I didn't work in terms of doing the show on Monday and Tuesday. So maybe it threw me off a little bit in terms of how the week felt. But yesterday felt so strange to me. I'm like, is it a Friday? Is it what is this? This is strange. But, hey, it is what it is. How many people did you go out last night? You got that damn curfew. You couldn't stay out too long, huh? Or you could, but not having a good time like normal. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully next year we'll be in a better space. Hopefully next year we'll be in a better space. I'll tell you, as a parent, 2021, I'm confronted now with this decision about, what is CPS going to do again in terms of COVID? Again, I'll say it as a CPS parent, I wish that they would just make a decision for the entire year and be done with it. If that means that it's virtual learning, it's probably the safest and smartest thing to do rather than going back and forth. But, that's not my responsibility. We'll see what happens. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. Plus, there are a smattering of other topics that have happened in the last 24 hours that we must talk about. I'll tell you one thing I didn't hear, and I live in the city. What I didn't hear is a lot of gunshots. I didn't hear a lot of gunshots. I didn't hear a lot of that. And then I read this morning that the Cincinnati Police Department was using ShotSpotter to sort of crack down on people that might have been firing their weapons. Isn't that illegal to discharge a firearm in the city limits or something like that? Yeah, I read that and I thought that's a strange usage of ShotSpotter. You know, it seems like it's a tradition that people do that. I don't know, but we'll go back and forth about this damn ShotSpotter, man. I know some of y'all love it. I'm still on the fence about it. I don't really feel it. Sorry, hold on one second. I feel like I'm getting completely way too much. Hold on one second, fam. I feel like I'm getting way too much light on this left side here. Hold on, let me adjust this. That's why they make these lights adjustable, so you can adjust them when you want to. It could be better. It could be better. I feel like I'm super shiny up here. Yeah, you see that? I'm all shiny, but it's all good. It's all good. We together. That's all that matters. The Minister of Information writes, what's up, Nate? What's up, Minister? What's up, B? He's still writing Jamal, G-M-A-L-L. I think he means good morning, all. Happy Julius Caesar New Year. Okay. Julius Caesar. Okay. I'm sure there's some historical significance in that. Ashley writes, sending continued prayers to your mom. Yeah, it's not a good situation, man. It's not. It's very difficult to see, your mother, the vessel that you came into this world, now laid up in the hospital, a whole bunch of tubes. It's not a good look. It really isn't. But, after talking with the doctors, I've got hope. So we'll see what happens. Krista writes, I didn't hear any gunshots at all either, Nate. It was weird not hearing any. Yeah, it was. I didn't hear any. And I'm like, is it the weather? Couldn't be the weather because it's typically, similar weather around this time of year, the beginning of the year. I'm not sure what it is. Not sure what it is. Crystal writes, your government said he wants the kids back in school. I know that's what the governor said. I know that's what he said. But, Mike DeWine has no spine. So we can't look for him to say the right thing. He's going to say the politically right thing for him, moment for moment. It is what it is. Do I have faith in him? I got more faith in him than I would Trump, but that ain't saying a whole lot. That ain't saying a whole lot. In terms of people were looking for $2,000 checks, you ain't getting no $2,000 check, period. Simple as that. Mitch McConnell said you don't deserve it. Somebody did the numbers, and apparently he made $3,100 the same week that he squashed the idea of $2,000. He makes that in a week. $2,000 one-time payments to American hardworking folks. People making less than $75,000 in their household. I don't get it. I don't get it one bit. 513-873-7134. Before I get into my list, I'm curious. What are some of the top 3 things that you think we should be looking out for? I wonder if we could write the headlines for later this year. What do you think is going to happen in Georgia? I'm hoping that the Democrats win both of them. For the sake of having any kind of legislation of any kind of substance happening for the first 2 years. But then secondly, because I'm tired of that same old gridlock conversation we've been having for years and years and years. But we shall see. I will say I took a screenshot and I wasn't surprised to see this. I took a screenshot over the last 24 hours, right? What's up, Tanya? Yeah, okay. I hit you up. I'm in the middle of the show right now, but I'll definitely read that message and check you out. For sure. And let me see here. I took this screenshot because I wanted to show you. Yeah, here it is. This was this is written by a conservative, right? So a Republican. This was a letter to the editor, USA Today. Stimulus $2,000 payments will add $464 billion to the debt burden on our children. See, I told you. You're going to see more and more headlines like this. You can check it out right there. You're going to see more and more headlines like this. Now that the Democrats in office, hold on, let me see if there it is. See that? I told you. They do it every time. Just do it every single time. As soon as a Democrat gets in office, oh, the burden to our children. We can't spend $1. Oh, no, we don't have any money for infrastructure. Oh, no, we don't have any money for you. No social safety net. You know, they want to start these conversations and be great tax dollar stewards, or steward of tax dollars. But when your boy was in office, or since Trump's been in office, that debt's been going up, up, up. That deficit's been going up, up, up. They don't say a word about it. B writes, all positive vibrations for your mom's health, brother. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Tracy writes, it was all fireworks in Forest Park. Bombs over Baghdad. Really? Damn, I guess they saved it all and went to FP with it. Huh. No gunshots in Fairfield either. Westwood was fired up last night, was it? Tracy writes, top 3 things folks will be looking for if things continue as usual are food, employment, and shelter. Oh, she keeping it on the basics. Kitchen table stuff. Good morning to you. Brandy writes, good morning. Good morning to you, Brandy. She's on YouTube. Happy New Year, Nate and the Choppers. That's from KR Mitchell. Good morning to you, KR. Fame writes, one thing y'all be looking for in 2021 is less alt-middle. Don't be disappointed. Y'all don't deserve us, but we ain't going nowhere. We are here for the children. Oh, that's good to hear. A lot of well wishes. Janine writes, happy New Year, Nathan and the Choppers. The sound is great here on Facebook. Great to hear that. Great. A lot of well wishes for Chairman Mom. Appreciate her. Appreciate that. They are going to break up Facebook as they should. You think so? You think Facebook's going to be broken up? I don't see it. I don't see it. It's funny that it's just so funny how the Republicans want to have everything. So the Republicans want to break up and regulate Facebook. They want to regulate Facebook, but they're against net neutrality, which is in a sense regulating the big telecommunication companies to make sure that they don't use it like they made it, like they own it. But they're okay with that because a lot of these telecommunication companies that's pushing against net neutrality, like Comcast, anybody with Comcast service, they stiffen you. With these data caps, there should be no data caps on anything to do with the internet. Because how do they have the right to cap your data? Oh, you can only have 2 terabytes within a month. That's not a lot. We start talking about streaming, being online maybe 8-9 hours out of the day. That ain't a lot. That's not the way the internet works. That's a business principle put in place to make more money. Okay, and that's exactly one of the reasons that net neutrality is put in place. So when it comes to net neutrality, making sure that you have free and unfettered access, and the telecommunications companies can't tell you what to do and cut you off and throttle you, meaning that they don't tell you that they slow down your bandwidth, but they do it anyway. And here you are trying to watch, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls, and you can't even get past it because it keeps stopping. Or here you are trying to watch The Five Bloods, and you can't even get past Act 1 without it stopping on you. Okay? They got no problem with that, but then they want to go after Facebook and Twitter because Facebook and Twitter, in their opinion, is hostile to Republicans. Get the hell out of here. I don't see it happening. David writes, Happy New Year. Kelly Prather's in the house. Good to see you, Kelly. Good to see you. Dale writes, hopefully we'll bring y'all a present on January 5th. Oh, really? Lee writes, good morning, all. Let's pray 2021 is better than 2020. Well, 2020 was the deadliest, year in terms of American lives ever. Like more Americans died, largely due to COVID. But we all made it. We all made it. A lot of people feel like they had COVID. Like personally, I feel like it ran through the house a year ago. What does that mean for 2021? I don't know. Here's one thing I'll say about 2021 from the Black family perspective, and this goes back to equity, policy, and tangibles. We ain't getting none of that if we don't organize and then, create action plans and grassroots organizations to go get it. I know that 100%. The worst thing in the world as it relates to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor is that we just don't do anything about it whatsoever. That would be the worst thing ever, but that's one thing I could say with a degree of certainty. Daryl writes, Nate, I just found out that virtual learning is impacting college students. My niece decided to take a year off. Really? Yeah, I imagine it is. We had some folks on going back a couple months ago who were talking about virtual learning. They were offering scholarships. Remember that? And as a part of the scholarship and the virtual learning, the virtual event, is that you got a chance to talk with students who were in college along with their parents about what that experience is like in terms of like being a college student dealing with COVID, which I thought by itself was super informative, even if you didn't get a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? So is that right, huh? I ain't surprised to hear it. Derek writes, Happy New Year, Big Nate. Same to you. Eugene writes, good morning from Alabama. What? You down in Alabama? What up? What's up, Eugene? I love that name. It was my grandfather's name. I'm friendly to all Eugenes off top just because of it. Brent writes, good morning, Nate. And the Chopper's checking in from Dallas, Texas. What's up down there in Maverick territory, huh? What's up, Brent? Appreciate you, man. Lee writes, where I live, ShotSpotter kept the police chasing fireworks with a smattering of gunshots. There's got to be a better thing for the police to do than chasing ShotSpotter alarms on New Year's. But I guess the rationale is, we'll chase you down and then see if you got a legally registered firearm, or, we'll see if that leads to some other kind of arrest. I mean, that's police work. That's fine police work right there. Brian writes, people not firing because ammo is scarce and expensive, maybe. I've heard that. I have heard that. Dale writes, I'm here in Atlanta. Stuff is heightened around this runoff election. Really? Damn, did you vote already, Daryl? Damn. I can imagine it, man. You're talking about $200 million is going through that media ecosystem right now, right? That's a whole lot of money. They spending on ads and all kinds of things. So we'll see. Dale writes, that austerity argument is a red herring. We know. Daryl, I agree. Great minds think alike, but they run that game. They play that same hand over and over again. It seems to work. Fame writes, delete Facebook. Why? You on Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook, man. Why would you delete Facebook? For what reason? You gonna get on Instagram? Guess what? Owned by Facebook. Oh, you gonna get on Twitter? Guess what? No different than Facebook. I recently got a chance to watch this documentary, right, on the making of Twitter. And just like Facebook, Twitter has a history of scandal and con and swindling as well. There was a dude that was very instrumental in writing the code and setting the stage for the success of Twitter. And guess what his partners did? They kicked his ass out. He didn't get nothing. Or he got a small bit of it, and they moved on and became like the kings of Twitter. Same thing with Mark Zuckerberg. He got contracted to work with some dudes that was it Harvard or whatever school he was in? He's like, oh, this is a good idea. And so while he's working with them, he slows them down. Meanwhile, he takes their idea, puts some more with it, and starts Facebook on the side. I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, man. Nobody care. Yeah, same thing happened in Twitter. They did the same thing in Twitter, fam. I'm not sure if you know that. Or fame. The same thing happened with Twitter, man. It was a white dude. Kicked him to the curb like, click. Slow down. Open the door. Get your ass out. All right, take off. And that's what they did. Lee writes, the Facebook owners will probably slide someone $1 billion in a lawsuit that's gone. They ain't gonna do that to Facebook. Damn, Mark Zuckerberg be looking all sheepish and wide-eyed, and he got all the secrets. Rachel writes, good morning, family and choppers. Happy New Year, y'all. Right. Just think about DMs. Think about DMs. People slide into DMs. Well, Facebook knows all the DM business. They got everybody's DM, all the hookups. They know who hitting, who smashing, who cheating, who want to cheat. They know some people real loose about what they post too. So they know all the dirt, man. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere at all. I see Happy New Year all. Okay. Florida family writes, Happy New Year, Mr. Ivey and the Choppers. Another beautiful and blessed day. Good morning to you. Don Lee writes, wishing you all happiness and good health in 2021. Good morning to you, Don. Tamika writes, replying to Brian Taylor, not in Avondale, they were shooting like bullets were free. Really? Damn. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Tamika writes, good morning. Happy New Year. Wishing you peace and blessings. Let me ask you a quick question. Like, how many people, like, y'all up? But why are you up this morning? Why go back to sleep? Why are you up? I'm up because I'm doing a show. And I started the show a little bit later. Why are you up this morning? Why are you not getting your rest? Are you just an early riser now? This is what you do. Do you have to work today? If you're an entrepreneur, you got to work every day. You don't get no days off. Not really. Like you can say I'm going to unplug, but you can never really unplug. It depends on the nature of your biz, but you can never really truly unplug. Not for real, but it's going to be some element of work today, whether it's checking emails or, returning a phone call here or a text message, something going down. But for folks who don't have to work today, why are you up? It's 9:17, man. And if this is a work day, like if this is typically a work day and this is your off day, why are you up? Why? Go back to sleep and get your rest, man. Get your rest in. Wake up about noon or so and come on back to CDM and see what's up. Don Lee writes, I'm up at the track. Okay. Now, if you up getting your workout in, it's all good because you got to get that in. Oh, but why is you up? Lee writes, didn't see no need to celebrate last night. That's why I'm up early, LOL. Yeah, we didn't. I mean, we fell asleep before the ball dropped. It just seems so, I don't know. These rituals that we do, man. Okay, sure. These rituals that we do. These rituals that we do are okay. Yeah, I do. I give you a call. Sorry. We had to get something from the store. David writes, early risers. Angela writes, I'm up because y'all woke me up and to listen to your podcast. Up doesn't mean up and about. I'm still in my PJs. Okay, so just chilling in the bed. Okay, great, Ray. Got your rest in. Get the rest in. That's what really matters. Rachel writes, because I was asleep at 12:01 a.m. Got plenty of sleep. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, we the same though. I'm up typically no matter what. I just can't turn it off. Weekends as well. Brent writes, when your mind starts stirring, it's time to get up. I'm with you. Getting that exercise in. It's all good. It's all gravy. 100%. 100%. I'm with you. You know what? In terms of national politics, a lot of what this year is going to be for the Biden administration really comes down to Georgia. It really comes down to Georgia. It really comes down to that. 100%. And it really comes down to if the Republicans maintain a majority, don't expect anything. It's going to be real difficult for anything to get past Mitch McConnell. And even when it does, it's going to be something that he really, really wants, which means it ain't going to be progressive. Again, if you're somebody, this is just my opinion, you might tell me you feel differently, but if you're somebody looking for a black agenda, it ain't happening. I think it's far more likely to get some of this stuff passed if Mitch McConnell is no longer in the way. And I think the evidence of that is the fact that there's so much legislation that's been sitting on his desk that can't get past him. So if you somebody out there on some pro-black agenda type ish, it's already been sitting there. It's been sitting there. And Mitch won't look at it. And he's not going to look at it. It is what it is. If the Democrats, but then the other part about that is if the Democrats win these two seats in Georgia, it's kind of like, okay, what you going to do now? You got all three phases. You got the executive, then the legislative, two branches of Congress. What you going to do? So that in and of itself creates a lot of pressure because people are going to have big expectations, and rightly so. But what do you think? 513-873-7134. Also, in terms of local politics, man, the 2021 is going this week, next week, over this weekend. Expect to see more people announcing that they're running for city council. We are officially now are in 2021. You got mayoral race. First, you got the Democrat, mayoral primary coming up in What is it, June? I think it is. I've been saying March, but I think it's in June. So that gives you a little bit more of a runway there, about 5-6 months, right? So good look for that. And then also shortly after that, you got November, you got city council races, brand new council. So I'm looking forward to all of that. I'm looking forward to who these people are going to be and what that really means for us. And I know I'm not alone in that. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Simon writes, right, the sound of your YouTube notifications woke me up, LOL. Great. Shout out to YouTube. Great. Great. Rachel writes, I am hoping the poor Republicans of Georgia were negatively impacted by the lower stimulus payments and vote accordingly. Yeah. But both of those Republican candidates, what is it, Loeffler and Perdue, who has now he's doing the whole self-quarantine thing because he was exposed to somebody that tested positive for COVID. So he can't even get out there in person and be on a trail. But both of them are pro $2,000 stimulus package checks. So, they had to make that pivot. Here you are, you want my vote, but you're against giving money to the people? Oh, hell no. No. We're not doing that. Brent writes, the Democrats should do exactly what the Republicans have done for the last 4 years. Pass every piece of legislation you ever dreamed and roll back those corporate tax cuts. I'm with you 100% on that. 1,000%. I'm with you on that. We'll see what happens, though. If you want to share your thoughts this morning, there's my number. You can feel free to do so. As I said, I want to talk about 3 things that you can expect for this year, 3 things to look for this year. I've already given you one, and that is for anybody out there that's, in that fight for equity, policy, and tangibles for our community. If that's something you give a damn about, it ain't happening unless people organize and make it happen. It's not going to happen magically. I know we got a lot of allies outside the Black family. That's great. The allies are not going to do it. It's going to have to be us, 100%. And that you can take to the bank in every year, but especially in this year, in my opinion. But what do you think? Again, 513-873-7134. Ashley writes, baby Chopper woke me up. Did she? Good. And she ready to eat. Them kids be waking up ready to go. And kids don't care. My son will come in and run and jump right on top of us while we're sleeping. All in an effort just to wake us up because he wants a banana. I ain't joking. That's how kids are. And you get like, boy, don't you come in here. I was in the middle of this dream. And you wake up and, you got a fire on top of you. It is what it is. B writes, haha, you mentioned the DMs. There's a mode called mode where the messages disappear after being read. I was weak, LOL. Really? Yeah, to the general public, but not to the people that put out the platform. Pat writes, retired and woke, thank God. Cooking, Nate. Okay. Tracy writes, I was asleep at 12:30. Man, I don't think I even made it 12. I think I was done at like 11:30. Done. Out. Ray writes, my body won't let me sleep. Since I got up early, was sleep before 11, not a celebratory day for me necessarily. I feel you. So it's just another day, no big deal. I get it. Just check my bank account. $600 is there. Yeah. What? That's a great way to start the holiday or the new year. It's a great way to start the new year. I'm loving that. Yeah. They dropping deposits on holidays. Yes. That's always a great thing. Waking up to checks in the bank, money in the bank. Great feelings. We love that feeling over here. Florida Family writes, I'm up because that's why I do off at one job till Monday, go to the second job at 3, got to get the chips. Okay. Feel you on that, Florida Family. Do what you got to do, man. Brian writes, I agree with just not being tuned in to the rituals for real. Feel like I'm looking into the matrix at ceremonies and just am no longer motivated by them. I'm motivated by loved ones and closest homies. As far as partying, that's it. Summer grill out with the homies is Christmas. Dinner and with my love is my Valentine's Day every time. Been that way for a minute. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I mean, I just look at some of these rituals like, why should I care? Why should I care? You know what I'm saying? I've done it all, though. I've partied. I've done the whole go out, dress up, dress down, hotel party, Netflix and chill previous to the wifey. I've done it all. So, doing it with the fam is so much better. I'm not even sure. I think the wifey probably made it to midnight. I have to ask her. I just woke up this morning like, gotta do the show. That was it. Let me see. Charles writes, Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. Grand Risings to you, brother. Good to see you as always. What's up with you, Charles? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Why are you up so damn early, man? It's 9:26 on a holiday. Better go back to sleep and get Linda. This podcast will be here. I'll be here. Go back to sleep, get it in, check back later. Okay. If you want to. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just saying. If you want to. I don't believe it. They say this black dude is the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history who just passed away. I've seen these articles here. His name is Samuel Little. And apparently he's 80 years old, or was 80 years old. He passed away after serving multiple life sentences. He was never going to get out. I just don't buy it that Samuel Little is the most prolific serial killer in the U.S. I just don't buy it. They want to hang it on the brother as being the most prolific. Apparently he confessed to more than 90 murders around the country. And I think he even touched the city of Cincinnati. I think there were 2 murders that he copped to. And apparently, he was just strangling people. Strangling women. Apparently, these are women who are like living that life of prostitution, living on the streets, on the margins of our society. He took advantage of that. A lot of them were, he was killing black women and white women. He killed a lot of women of color as well. And, when black people go missing, it's kind of hit or miss as to whether they're really going to turn up or not. So, oh, no. Just Teach writes, I'm tuned in to see if Mason Marler ever sleep. I'm a trucker, and this dude be on all the shows moving down Good Old Boys on trucking channels like he a state trooper. Is that right? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Mason Marler is prolific, man. He loves radio. He loves radio. He loves interacting, talking with people, and people know him all across the country. Sister Iris writes, the Barghani, great people. Same to you, sister. Good morning to you. Okay. I know how this goes. And, people are creatures of habit. And when people got to work, to get up, they make the show a part of it. When people don't have to work, they might. It depends. Depends. They'll hit the show a little bit later. They might. But people tend to sleep in a little bit more and, not be as interactive and awake and alert on holidays. And today's a big holiday, New Year's Eve. We made it. And I'm looking forward to February 2nd. That's coming up here in a month because that'll be my 1-year anniversary since my cardiac event, and I'm still here. I love it. Charles writes, who confesses to 90 murders? Sheesh. Yeah, right. Apparently he was incarcerated and he just started talking with people. And you never know whether he really did. His name is Samuel Little. And they caught him, it was in the 2000s. And he's been in jail ever since about 2014. And apparently they're saying he's the most prolific serial killer. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. I don't believe it, no, not one bit. What the hell? At least one person is hospitalized with COVID-19 after attending that Republican Christmas party with a conga line. That's hilarious. Rent, bill, stimulus check. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Grandpa Live. What? What is that? What's up, Crystal? What's up, Akeem? Appreciate you. Yeah, not good. Did you see the video of the woman who falsely accused Kenyon Harold Jr. of phone theft? This has been the latest outrage, the latest Karen outrage. Have you seen this? It's worth your time to check it out. And I expect more of it. Like, can we now say with confidence that this is no longer a post-racial America? I think we can say that with confidence, right? Yeah, this is not a post-racial America. Anybody who thought that this was post-racial, I don't know what you was looking at. I don't have no idea what you was looking at. Post-racial America, my ass. Yeah, right. Man. Let me see. Here it is. Let me share this with you. You can check this out for yourself. Hold on 1 second here. Check this out.
Take your face off. That's mine. Literally didn't get it back, please.
Are you kidding me? You feel like there's only one iPhone made in the world?
No. Okay, then show me the.
No, you get a life over there. What's on your background? You better go use find my iPhone. Go do that.
Find my iPhone is on that.
No, you can't. No,
I'm the manager of the hotel.
I don't care.
He will
This
right
is my
now.
son.
Hey,
Did you see me just come downstairs like
I'm trying to help.
No, but you're not helping.
I
What
am.
you've been is disrespectful.
No, I'm trying to settle the situation.
Yeah, have you seen this? Have you seen this video? So basically, this woman, she accused his brother of stealing her iPhone and got physical with him.
Before I let you get out of here, I do rapid fire questions.
And got physical with dude, right? Like she just knew he was the culprit. Kind of find out he wasn't even the culprit, that her Uber driver returned the phone to her. And she falsely accused a teenager of stealing her cell phone at the hotel. But now she's speaking with the media and she's claiming that she was assaulted. And what I think is interesting is when she talked with CNN didn't want to reveal her name. Now they got the name of the minor 14-year-old Kenyon Harold Jr. They put his name out there. But why is CNN trying to protect the identity of this woman that's in the video? She went straight Karen Darren on this young boy and thought that she was going to force him to empty his pockets. Like she came into the lobby and asked everybody to empty her pockets on some gangster type stuff. Like, dang, you got it like that? And then apparently she lunged at the young boy during the tussle. So she accused this young boy of stealing her iPhone. And again, you know, a phone is very, very, very valuable. It's got the phone itself as a means of connecting with the world is valuable. But then you got all the stuff that people put on it. People have all kind of their secrets on their phone. They don't want that getting out. But now she's claiming, see, this is another one of these these George Zimmerman type of situations. She approaches them. In the video, she clearly lunges at them. She found out later that she left her phone in the Uber because the only thing that could have happened in her mind in that moment was that the black guy stole it. I guess it never even crossed her mind that maybe she had left her phone in the damn car. And she's ready to form Voltron on this young boy. She is ready to form Voltron on this young boy. And then wants to blame him for assaulting her. It's the world we live in. So she assaults them. Like in some states, that's damn near kidnapping. Like if you walk into a situation, say nobody can leave, and then you try to do it with force, that's damn near kidnapping. But she was assaulted. And CNN is protecting her identity for some reason. Why? Of all the people if anybody's identity should be protected, it should be the minor, because they're a minor. Got their name all up in the CNN write-up, but they're going to protect the name of the Karen. We see you, CNN. You know, protecting their own. Simple as that. I'm sure you've seen this video, right? It's been viral for the last few days now, the whole situation. It's CNN straight up protecting them. It can happen to you. What you going to do about it? Lisa writes, I don't understand how they're looking for her. Uber in the hotel has her name right. They're protecting her. Fame writes, more fake outrage and another call celebre. Well, you say fake outrage. So what are you saying? That black folks should just take it lightly when these kind of things happen? And it's hard not to lump them all together, right? It's hard not to lump all of these situations into one big ball of, you know, white fragility / white superiority complex. It's hard not to do that. And, you know, with the world of the internet and everybody having phones, this stuff is going to get documented. It's going to get on social media. That's where it should be. That's where it should be. I got no problem with it. I got no problem with it whatsoever. Lisa writes, I think I read that. She's that dizzy where she didn't check for her phone before getting out of Uber, shaking my head. Right. Right. She probably either thought she put it in her bag and it fell out, or she put it in a pocket and it fell out, or it just was in the seat and she got up and walked out. Happens every day, every single day. But that doesn't give you the right to just start accusing people. You just gonna walk into the lobby of the hotel and accuse everybody? Like, I can get it. I get it. Like, you know, you lost something, you know who it is, and you were looking for it back. I get it. Brent writes, Soho Karen's name is Mia Ponsetto. Okay, yeah, I saw somebody put her name out there doing what CNN's job is. Rachel writes, she should be locked up for assault, abuse of a minor, and trespassing. She is going to fake cry and be a white woman in distress. Charles writes, look at the manager's punk arse. The young man and his father were guests. She checked out 2 days prior and couldn't keep up with her damn phone. She'd have gotten mushed jumping to my kid like that, right? I mean, you just gonna walk into the lobby and start accusing people? That's just crazy. Rachel writes, I wish the young man's mother were there to lay hands on her. Jackie writes, Happy New Year, Mr. Ivy and the Choppers. Cinnamon writes, could have gotten that young man killed. Thankful his father was with him. She should be arrested. Everyone sued. See, there was a time in this country where when a white woman accused a black man of doing something like that, it will result in a lynching. You know that. That's what happened in Tulsa. There was accusation that a black dude touched a white girl in an elevator. She came running out. You know, forensic analysis and historians, people that do that kind of stuff, and what they've pieced together is they think the young man was on the elevator and tripped and touched her. She freaked out. She was an elevator operator, so she would sit on the elevator and take you from floor to floor. What floor? Elevator. Okay, floor number 1, and she would hit it, and, you know, maybe you would give her a treat, you know, give her some money, give her a tip or something like that. That was the old days. That's how Black Wall Street, and then, you know, the white supremacists, they took it upon themselves to completely destroy the black economic infrastructure in Tulsa because it satisfied their own capitalistic desires. They ain't just do that because they hate black folks. They did that because they didn't want to see black folks on the same level as them, competing with them. This country's for them, not you. So that's where these, it's like, that's where I feel like these Karens who be acting out. Because see, when black people act out, even black people will call them out. Like, even when it's something minor, like, I don't know, like twerking at a restaurant, black folks will lose their mind about that. Why, we's our own worst enemy and all this kind of stuff, right? White folks don't do that. They just stay out of it. Yeah. So I think anytime a Karen or a Darren stands up and does this nonsense, they need to be called out for it. Last year, it was just so many Karen stories. So many Karen stories. And listen, you're going to get more of them coming into 2021. I ain't going nowhere. But I'm with you, Cinnamon. It could have got, in another era, it could have got that young boy killed. No doubt about it. Dale Rice, George Stinney, and Emmett Till. And those are just two names that are more prominent. There are so many stories like that in our history that'll never be talked about in history books. Even teachers don't even know the stories. They've been miseducated. So it is what it is. We are where we are. Yes, slave owners, especially women, are the most prolific murderers. I'm just saying, right. But they want to make the most prolific serial killer as a black dude. I don't believe it one bit. I don't care what. I don't believe it one bit. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you all for the share this morning. Appreciate that. 100%. Kentucky man arrested after more than 30 shots fired at officers during a hostage situation. Oh, man. Western Hill families alleges discrimination after BMV turned daughter away over a wig. The hell? Let me click on this. I'm inside the friends page. A Western Hills family is upset with the BMV after they say they were discriminated against over a hairpiece. They claim their 20-year-old daughter was turned away from getting her license because she wouldn't remove her wig. I feel like I'm being discriminated against because I'm wearing a wig. I'm like, how come I can't wear it? What does a headband have to do with taking pictures for an ID? Miller says she was told it's a BMV policy to remove the hairpiece. A BMV spokesman sent Local 12 a statement saying no policy currently exists. We are in contact with the deputy registrar and are looking into the situation. Oh, that's deep. Oh, they turned this sister away. People lie all the time, so ain't no telling. Oh, that's our policy. And it's like, well, that's the policy. It's a damn shame. Leroy, what does the wig have to do with a license? Nothing. I don't see it. People wear wigs all the time. Like I said, what if you're a cancer patient and you just, for your own, vanity and your own emotional well-being, you just don't want to see, a bald head on your picture. You should have every right. As long as it's not obstructing your face, what difference does it make? I don't get it. Fame Rice, stop wearing wigs in 2021. She don't get it. I don't get it either. Florida Family Rights, if he would have knocked her ass out, he would be in jail. CNN is awful. They're looking for her. She's looking out for her, and she's on TV shaking my damn head right. Labeling him the most prolific serial killer fits their narrative. Yes, it does. Man, you go on some of these YouTube channels, like Criminally Listed or some other channels, and all they do is kind of like murders and unsolved murders. Man, there's so many people that went missing. White on white crime has never been more prolific. We don't talk about it. The vast majority of those crimes are being committed by white folks and other white folks. You go check out these YouTube channels. Nobody ever says white on white crime or talks about it whatsoever. Justice writes, wasn't there some special Karen legislation introduced recently to address these incidents? Depends on the state. Now, currently, I'm working with a state rep to get a bill passed that will add protections as it relates to these Karens and Darrens calling 911 in a reckless manner. I'll give you an update when I have it on that. Ohio needs those kind of protections. We should be a part of that conversation in the city of Cincinnati, but throughout the state of Ohio. But it depends on the state. I know that in New York they do, and in Sacramento they do as well. But outside of that, not so sure. Oh, Happy New Year. No, I did not. I have not. Somebody asked me a question in text. Let me see. I saw Karen get her phone snatched and her husband panicked more than she did. Really? Where is that at? Brenda writes, good morning from Fairfield. Good morning to you. Sean writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Let me see. DMV made me take my hat off. Don't they allow Muslim women to wear their head coverings for licensed photos at the hijab? I think so. Yeah, I don't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it is, if they lied about it, they should be fired. Simple as that. That's how you deal with it in 2021. In 2021, no game should be played. No game should be played in 2021, in my opinion. With the Karens and the Darrens, absolute zero tolerance policy. That's it. Male birth control study nixed after men can't handle side effects women face daily. Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go. But this sounds like, hold on, to me that sounds like an article that I've come across before. Who posted that? Deborah? Appreciate that, Deborah. I think that's an old article. Yeah, I don't think that's new. Black man files lawsuit after being jailed due to error in facial recognition technology. Yeah, more racism. Oh, yeah, most definitely, Danita. Thank you so much. Early detection is everything. And then, of course, Jesse posted this. This is just a couple days ago. This definitely caught my attention here, man. And this was something that was posted by Tariq Nasheed. Are we ready to have this conversation, family? And what I'm seeing in this video, to me, is nothing short of abuse. This is nothing short of abuse, in my opinion. And I can't understand how any sane young woman would ever do this. Okay? So it's basically a short little video. Looks like maybe a TikTok video, right? I'm going to describe it to you, and you can go to the Friends page and check it out for yourself. Jesse posted this on December 29th, okay? In the video, you see a young woman, and it looks like they're like in a bathroom setting, and there's like 4 little boys in there, right? And they're dancing around the music, and this woman starts twerking. And not only does she start twerking, but she actually like bends over and pulls her pants down, exposing her panties. She got like a 2-piece or something like that, or panties. And she starts dancing, and one of the young boys starts like fake smacking her ass. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that scene. Is this the big sis? Is this big sis, or is this like big sis's best friend that came over? This can't be mom. This can't be mom. Hold on, please play that. Here's the audio. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they stupid as or if you're stupid as fuck. I don't know. I can play this for you if you want to see it. To me, I think this is damn near. It's not explicit. You know, it's not explicit on that level, like on a super adult level. But it's like, why are you doing this with children? Like, if you want to twerk and then pull your pants down, shouldn't you be doing that with somebody your own age? That seems, damn, family. Charles writes, she was whacked for that. She would be a grandmother early. That might be mama. Oh my God. Hopefully that's not mom. What I'm hoping is that's either mom's friend or big sister's friend. I just can't believe that a woman would do that and she's related to these young boys. I can't believe that. But I can't believe that any woman would do that with a child anyway. But Dale writes, play it. You want to see it, huh? Man, let me see if I can find it here. Obviously, I can. Again, it's in the Friends page right now. You can check it out for yourself. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. I'm gonna mark it as an announcement so that when you go into the friends page, it'll be at the very top. That way you don't got to search all the way through it. So you go to the friends page and check it out right now and tell me what you think. I'm streaming on YouTube right now. YouTube is super crazy with its rules. Super crazy with its rules. And I don't want my channel to get shut down because I'm playing something. Facebook is far more open, way more open than YouTube is, in my opinion, in my experience. But again, if you go to the Friends Who Like the Nathan Ivey Show Facebook group right now, it should be pinned to the very top because I marked it as an announcement. And it was a post from Jesse back on December 29th. And I've been meaning to bring it up, but it's the first day of the year. You know what I'm saying? We chilling this morning, so I'm a little bit more loose. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the comments are just, as you would imagine, that can be badly construed as molestation in the most subtlest of forms. I'm with you on that, lie, Jordan. Looks like abuse or child exploitation. Kids touching an adult's private parts, that's porn. Somebody took a video and put it on social media. That's distribution of child porn. You think touching a butt isn't bad? Then go to work and touch someone's butt and see what happens. Facts on facts on facts. That's the reason why I don't want to stream it. But the video's already up, so you can check it out for yourself and tell me what you think. I'm with everybody else here. Pathetic generational ignorance starts right here. Somebody need to call police on her shaking my head. It's sad. Bruce writes, sad, she's crying for help. Yeah, that's a desperate plea for help, attention, or something. Because ain't no sane young woman doing nothing like that, in my opinion. Fame writes, some hoes that twerk over friend greens and chicken at a restaurant and do the splits on a chair during dessert. That lady coming to Ivy's Eats and Treats. She can come. She more than welcome. And, just like everybody else, she'll have to abide by the rules. And if she does not, you already know what's going to happen. I already told you. If I was that dude, what was it, Kitchen and Cocktails? I'm not going to be telling you 5, 6, 7 times, 3 times. I'm going to give you a warning, and then we're going to make an action. It's real simple. Life goes on. We on to the next plate. We on to the next patron. I'm not going to spend time going back and forth begging with somebody. That's the mistake that brother made. Like I said, it's your business. Do what you're going to do. But handle it like a professional. Set your rules. Follow the rules for everybody. Everybody's going to, I'm telling you, even people that might get a little chafed in the moment, in the long run, they're going to love it because they know what to expect in your establishment. And I'm not going to get up and beat my chest and talk about I'm the owner and I took out a student loan and I raised $1 million because nobody cares about that. So I see the point you're trying to make, but no, 2 completely different situations. We talking about a young woman that's twerking with minors. And not just twerking with minors, but allowing them to put their hands on her like she's some kind of a stripper. Now, maybe she's a stripper and that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she thought it was harmless. Like, I ain't take my clothes all the way off. I just pulled my pants down, right? But damn. Again, if it wasn't for minors, I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know me, I'm pro-twerking. I'm pro-choice when it comes to twerking. It's a woman's right to choose. Twerk if you want to. But not with minors. That's different. Tracy writes, people see something wrong with the video, but share it everywhere. That's what's sad. Yeah, they want to get, that's how social media works. You share it, people see it. Lee writes, some people will do anything for them likes. Different generation values. You're right. People will do anything for likes. I recently saw a dude, I think it was in India. And he's one of these daredevil YouTubers, right? They call it parkour, right? Where they're like running around urban landscapes and they're like doing Spider-Man impersonations, right? Like leaping from buildings to another building and like scaling buildings and whatever else with no equipment whatsoever. And like, doing half pikes off the top of a building into another building on some Batman type ish. Like doing all these kind of stunts just for the likes. Man, dude, I don't know how he got stuck, but apparently he was doing some kind of trick where he was kind of like rappelling from the top of a very high bridge, right? Anybody see this? And he got stuck. So here he is with no safety harness. I don't know if it's a rappel. What's the thing when he's zip lining? So he's on like the zip line, right? And he's holding on to like the handles, but he's got no safety harness whatsoever. There's no way for him to give his arms a break. He's just hanging there like 3 stories up, literally doing it for the gram, and falls. And I don't know what happened to dude, but he bounced off the ground like a football. He bounced off the ground like a football on a really, really like cold day where the ground is frozen. Anybody remember those days playing football and the ground be super hard? Like, oh, this is a little different. Football's different when the ground is frozen. That's how he hit the ground. Like, not good. Not good. And yeah, people do anything for the gram these days. You know that. That's a new way to get clout. Lee writes, they had no respect for the restaurant. Oh, we back on this. Can't bring the hood mentality to a classy restaurant. That doesn't mix. They was playing Ace Hood. They was playing dance music, man. This is what it is. Charles writes, anything to get likes. That's right. Anything to get likes. That's the world we live in, and I love it. I take the good with the bad. Sometimes you're going to see some dumb-ish, and sometimes you're going to get some good-ish. That's what's going to happen. So I'm just jumping around here. The second officer, let me talk about what happened in Columbus, because I think this is very interesting. The second officer who was at the scene when Andre Hill was killed in Columbus, remember, he's the man who was fatally shot back on December 22nd. If in the video, which was very short that I saw, he's walking, it's nighttime or it's dark outside. Could have been early morning. And he's walking from what appears to be the garage. He's got a cell phone in one hand. His other hand is kind of like in his pocket or something like that, or to his side. And a former police officer named Adam Coy shot him. But there was a second officer that responded as well. And again, it was a non-emergency call, so the police should not have been on high alert or anything like that. And neither of the officers turned on their body-worn cameras until after the shots were fired. But the devices have look-back features that captured the shooting without audio. And what a great feature. What a great feature. Because if not for that look back feature, there would be no documents whatsoever. The only bad part is there's no audio in it. And the audio can tell you a whole lot. Can tell you a whole lot about the situation and give you a lot of contextual clues. So that's very unfortunate. Well, she was at the scene and she said that she didn't see a threat whatsoever. And it's always been interesting to me when you have two officers, one of them uses lethal force and the other one doesn't. That reminds me of the Bruce Hoffbauer story. That was one of the missing pieces as relates to Bruce Hoffbauer, is that he wasn't alone when he killed that brother. Was it Brown, Mr. Willie Brown? He wasn't alone when he shot him. He had another officer right there with him. And his partner didn't use lethal force. So why did Bruce Hoffbauer? I'm always curious as to what do you do in a situation like that? You got two officers, they both been trained the same. One of them perceives a threat to the point where they use lethal force, and the other one is still cool as a fan waiting to see what's going to happen. Like, how do you justify that? How can you say, like, how can that be a defense for the officer? So you got two officers, right? Both been trained the same. They're working together. They both meet the same situation. One of them uses lethal force, the other one does not. And then the one that uses lethal force will come out and say, well, I had to do this. I fear for my life. And they want a jury or reasonable people to say, well, we agree with it. Well, how can you say that when you had somebody with you, trained just like you, had the same whatever you had, but they didn't use that? So how do you do that? I don't get it. I don't get it. But listen, I had planned to be with you this morning up until the officer that saw no threat will be ostracized and end up on your show next week. I hope so. I plan to be with you up until 10 a.m. this morning, so a bit of a short show. And we'll be back and up and running on Monday, the full schedule. And just going to do some different things, change the intro music a little bit, add some different things, some creative elements to the show to make it more enjoyable for you and also for my audio listeners as well. So got to make a move. Coming up today at 12:30, the Is It Just Me podcast with Donnie B. She's going to be talking about the year that was and also looking forward to the year 2021. And I'm sure that'll be very, very interesting. What's that, Hal, Tracy? Michael writes, Bruce murdered that brother. It was certainly a homicide. Murder, I think, is a legal classification, and he did not murder him from a legal standpoint. But there was a homicide for sure. So I'll leave you with that, family. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. 2021 is here. Hold on a second here. Oh, hey, Cassandra. Hey to you. That's great. Okay, great. All right, so really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Look for more, look for better from CDM and the Nathan Ivey Show in 2021. All right, and have an excellent rest of your day. Relax, chill, do nothing until about 12:30 today. Then make sure you plug back in for the Is It Just Me podcast with Donnie B. All right, have an excellent rest of your Friday and now the beginning of the weekend. Enjoy yourself. And we'll talk more real soon. I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.
The Nathan Ivey Show is supported by listeners. Go to www.patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show and help Nathan keep the show independent.